Hoofin it, equine backcountry delivery service, hauling the heavy loads so you don't have to. Equines have been used for transportation for millennia as beasts of burden, not only for carrying people on their backs, but for carrying their belongings. Horses and mules have pulled artillery into war, pulled carriages, wagons, and plows in the field. They were instrumental in the westward exploration of our continent. Many of our trails today were Native American routes through the mountains. They walked these trails, ran or used horses for faster transportation and for carrying their loads. Later, pack animals were used to transport long timbers, to build lookouts on mountain tops, miles of phone wire to connect them, bridge decking, and sacks of cement for bridge abutments over large rivers that couldn't be safely forded. Culverts were packed in for stream crossings, and bottom dump bags were used to transport dirt or gravel to repair eroded trails or fill turnpikes. So much easier than a knapsack of dirt on one's back. In more recent times, pack strings of horses and mules are used in the backcountry to help with trail work. They are used on fires to carry pumps and fire hose to fire lines when helicopters can't fly due to poor visibility from smoke. They supply spike camps with necessities closer to fires so firefighters don't have to travel as far to their work site. Pack strings carry food and equipment in, garbage out, and occasionally an injured firefighter. They can travel over terrain to help where a vehicle cannot.
Hi, I'm Casey Efstetter, owner and operator of CH Packstring. I'm here to introduce myself. I'm from a little town called Elmira, Oregon. We operate CH Packstring in the Cascades and all over the Pacific Northwest. I'm up here supporting the fire crews in the Three Sisters Wilderness. So what we're here for is to be able to support the crews that are in the wilderness with our mules and pack strings. What does that mean? That means that we're resupplying the crews that are in there that are fighting the fire with gear of whatever they need. Whether it's water, their food, things that they need on the fire line, we're using these mules to go in on wilderness trails that you cannot use vehicles in, and we provide less impact. We can work in inclement weather, smoke, rain, fog, where aircraft can't get to them.
The same kind of service can help with trail maintenance. You are more efficient when camp and tools are packed into the job site instead of carrying all that yourself or hiking each day from the trailhead. There are many different opportunities to use pack stock working on trails and helping the wider community. Camps for tribal elders have been packed into sacred ground, and camps for young people suffering from cancer, along with their nurses, caregivers, and supplies, have been packed into wilderness. Backcountry horsemen have been doing this for years and are skilled volunteers ready to assist. Part of the Backcountry Horsemen organization's mission is to assist agencies with trail maintenance on public lands. These are horsemen with stock that enjoy the trails and the beauty in the backcountry. They are willing to give back to the land for the privilege of using the trails by helping pack necessary equipment that is awkward or too heavy. Many of our trail volunteers are first aid, CPR, and SAW certified. There are many different types of equipment packers can use for transport. The standard is either packing articles in some kind of pannier or in a mandy tarp. Camp gear, food, and tools are simple to carry this way. Sometimes tools are carried in tubs like garbage cans. There are platform racks that carry things like bridge decking, chainsaws, and buckets of gravel. There are also gravel dump bags made just for this purpose. Load weight depends on the size and condition of the animal, distance of the trip, and the steepness of the terrain. Somewhere in the range of 150 to 200 pounds is considered a load, not counting the saddle and pad. The loads need to be balanced from side to side, and tools should have guards for animal safety. Here are some of the packing possibilities backcountry horsemen can help with. Hauling bridge timbers. Bringing camp boxes, food, and personal gear to work crews. Packing heavy hand tools. Carrying chainsaws and crosscut saws.
This is the first time KTA and Backcountry Horsemen collaborated on the same day to get this trail cleared. It's an important trail for both user groups, and having everybody here today just fosters that collaboration and emphasizes the importance of collaboration. And the bottom line is we're all out here for the common purpose of public lands access.
It was a great opportunity to learn not only about what the backcountry horsemen do and how we should share these trails and things that mountain bikers in particular need to be aware of when they're around horses, but how when we come together we can really do wonderful things.
Toting a grip hoist. delivering fingerling fish.
I'm Justin Miles with the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife, and we're here with the Backcountry Horsemen of Oregon. We're packing fish up into Blue Lake, up in the wilderness, with horses and mules. We'll put about 3,000 fish into the lake for recreational fishing for people who want to hike the 3 miles to get to Blue Lake. We end up putting some ice in these hard panniers, and we'll put 5 pounds of ice in the bottom of it, put about 4 or 5 gallons of water on top of that, and then throw the fish in there, and those will all be in plastic bags. And once we end up getting all the fish loaded, then we'll put them on the mules, and these guys end up doing their work. One of the major benefits with the horsemen and using mules is we can end up packing quite a bit of weight, and usually that has to do with water. The fish are pretty small, they don't weigh a whole lot, but putting all the water, the ice, and these things in the panniers, typically each pannier ends up weighing somewhere around 60 to 65 pounds a piece on each side, so you're talking more like 120 to 130 pounds of weight. It's a considerable amount of weight that people just can't do on their backs.
Lugging dirt and gravel. Carting culvert pipe. Installing new trail markers. Transporting staff. A little more about who we are. Backcountry Horsemen of America is a nationwide organization that is committed to protecting equestrian access to public lands. We assist with trail maintenance and improvement projects, keeping trails clear for all user groups. BCHA mission statement: to perpetuate the common sense use and enjoyment of horses in America's backcountry and wilderness. To work to ensure that public lands remain open to recreational stock use. To assist the various government and private agencies in their maintenance and management of said resource. To educate, encourage, and solicit active participation in the wise use of the backcountry resource by horsemen and the general public commensurate with our heritage. BCH members have used their specialized knowledge of stock and the backcountry. BCH has participated in many agency meetings involving land use planning and regulations and has continued to become a strong voice for continued responsible horse use. This approach has assured us valid consideration regarding management decisions and given us the support of other conservation groups. Today, there are active organizations in 31 states with approximately 210 chapters. Backcountry horsemen have averaged over 111,000 volunteer hours a year as a contribution to meet BCH purposes. Members transport personal stock over 1 million miles annually to assist agencies on projects. Personal power equipment has been used for construction projects. BCHA members provide an average 1,100 hours a year using equipment like saws, welders, and backhoes. An average of 12,000 horses and mules are used across the country to provide support carrying heavy loads. The estimated value of Backcountry Horsemen of America's volunteer services is over $11 million a year. As society changes and we become more urbanized, still having wild country and solitude becomes more precious. We need that. It takes a tremendous amount of work to keep the trails open for access, especially with all the fire and insect mortality causing more debris on the trails. The packing skills of horsemen and women help carry the burden for others working on the ground. We continue to teach packing skills and primitive sawing skills to the younger generation, which are still in use today. Our hope is this will provide future trail maintenance workers with continued help carrying the heavy loads. Contact us and let us make the job of trail clearing easier.